Simple and pretty practical. Can't never go wrong with the Mini Cooper. Like I said, it definitely attracts a different crowd. It's not for everybody, but, you know, good. As far as how fun they are to drive, especially this version right here, because this right here is the cream of the crop, man. This is the top of the line Mini Cooper, the John Cooper Works. So you get all the bells and whistles, you get the horsepower, like I said earlier. Coming up this week, we're gonna take out this beautiful brand new 2025 redesign almost from my friends at Global Imports Mini location. We're out here at their new dealerships out here. We're gonna take out this beautiful John Cooper Works Mini Cooper out for a spin. As if we haven't driven a Mini Cooper in a while, but I'm sure this one's gonna be a lot of fun. So be anxious to get this bad boy out on the road. That's what we got coming up. I'm Jay Walker, watching Life Off Road right here on JCW Motorsports. Welcome back to another episode of Life Off Road. Thanks again for hitting that play button, folks. And remember, while YouTube, hit the thumbs up button, like and share and subscribe. Really helps us out. A lot of you guys been doing that. Really appreciate it. Car we're featuring this week is a brand new 2025 John Cooper Works Mini from my friends at Global Imports Mini. We're at that Mini location this week. And this is a very beautiful, stunning car, man. I mean, this is probably the first John Cooper I've driven in quite some time. As many of you know, my wife had a John Cooper Works Mini convertible that we traded back a few years ago, but this is the latest edition. And as you can see, it's a little bit redesigned. They've changed a few little specs on it, but this is an absolutely beautiful, stunning color. Starting with the color, this is what they call the blazing, just a simple blazing blue metallic. Got a couple of red mixed in there, you know, a couple of red racing stripes or whatnot. But it's very beautiful, man. If I get you one to come in and zoom in, as you can see the metallic just kind of just popping out of this paint, man. It's a very, very cool color, man. But this is the latest from these guys. It's very, very stunning. Got a new front grille. Got a lot of big air openings right in here. Of course, you got your safety specs and everything along the line. Nice little air ducts in here. Got your John Cooper Works badge right there. A couple of air ducts right here. This bad boy is powered by a 2.0 liter twin turbo engine that's pumping out roughly around 228 horsepower, 280 foot-pounds of torque. It's made it to a 7-speed Steptronic transmission, which is a dual clutch, which I'm very surprised they put a dual clutch on this thing. But very, very nice, man. Let's get Juwan to swing around, look at these wheels, these cool looking wheels they have around here. Normally Minis come with a nice little size. You got a pair of 215, 40, 18-inch wheels. Nice 10-spoke rims. Now, one thing I did notice different from the last John Cooper that we had is that I guess BMW Mini Coopers are starting to dial back the brake calipers. You know, the last one we had a big 4-piston brake caliper. This looks like a maybe heavy-duty single-piston caliper. So I don't know how I feel about that, but I just think that this probably takes a little bit more aggression of the look of the car. You know, when you have these big wheels on here, you want to have the big meaty 4-piston, 6-piston calipers. But that's just me. I mean, that's just my take. But nice little body flare, little body kit on here. You got your little bodies down here. That kind of blends in with a little bit of the black. Does have a panoramic sunroof on here that we will open up later as we take a look on the inside of the vehicle. So I get you one to swing around to the rear. I like what they did with the rear, man. You notice, you probably can't see it on camera, but the lights, when this thing first lights up, you do have your British bags flag that's inmated with the light right there. So it looks very, very smooth as we have a Porsche 911 come through our middle of our chute. But no worries, we keep it moving. But I like the back, man. Got a nice little rear spoiler right here. Little sporty edition. probably one of my favorite parts of the vehicle. The last John Cooper, we didn't have a rear diffuser this aggressive, and this just has a single pipe. It looks cool, but I kind of wish they would have kept the dual pipes in the back. So I don't know if they was just trying to just dial it back, maybe just to get just one single airflow out of there. But I mean, it's cool, it's different, you know, new for 2025. But let's take a look at this engine and see what's powering this bad boy. All right, folks, so we got the hood up. Like I said before, powering this bad boy is a 2.0 liter twin turbo 4-cylinder engine, making, like I said, 228 horsepower, 280 foot-pounds of torque. And like I said, man, you hit this bad boy, it does get out, you know, it really does. But clean engine bay here, you know, nothing too exciting other than your big engine cover right here. You have your air intake right here. Got your battery post right here just in case you need to jump it off. It's your positive post right there. No Monte Carlo bar is what I call, but a strut tower brace across this one. This is just a simple look for this bad boy. So nothing too extravagant. But like I said, man, it pumps out a good amount of horsepower. So before we take it out for a ride, let's take a look at the interior. All right, folks, so we're inside the car right now, and for starters, let's fire this bad boy up. As you can notice, this is totally different from the past Mini Coopers we've had. So a whole new setup here. So you got your engine start stop here, and you just turn it like you're turning the key. Your gear selector is right here. So right now we're in park. If I wanted to go into drive, just flick it down to drive. You got your sport mode, up for reverse. Got your nice little camera work so you see what's behind you. Of course, this thing comes with all sorts of safety features, so you cannot hit anything that's around you, including cameras in the front. A full 363-degree visual, so you won't screw anything up. That's neutral. Let's go back in park. So now we're in park. Got your hazards right here. Now, this is totally different from where you're normally used to seeing a Mini Cooper. Normally the Mini Coopers will have the big clock that was right here, and your speedometer will be right here, and you would probably have something digital right here, but it's nothing right here. It's just a full dashboard right here. This does have the heads-up display. You're not going to be able to see it on camera, but as I'm looking at it, you know, I can see my speedometer right here. Now, some people, give or take, like, and some people hate that. They think that this might a little bit more distracting, but that's how these cars are built, and today's time, you know, that's kind of what you got to deal with. So for me, I personally like it. I don't have a problem with it. But little storage place right here, not quite big enough to hold a tumbler, but you can put a mini tumbler in here. And I want to say this is probably something just to hold extra storage right here. Got a nice little pouch right here. So something where you can put your phone in, whatnot. Close that up. Nice little armrest that doesn't lift up. Looks like you got a couple of bolts right here to charge your phone, 12 volt right here. These seats are your John Cooper Works Special. Nice Recaro style seats. Nice little leather, your red stitching. John Cooper, most of their cars, regardless of what color you have, they're pretty much got the red and the gray mixed in. That's John Cooper's theme colors and whatnot. So you can kind of see it blended in with the dash too. It's kind of like a cloth material dash or whatnot. This car is equipped with a panoramic roof. So let me demonstrate how we do this. Let's slide this back. Let's see if we can open it up. And there it is. And you want to slide this area, you could. I wonder if the rear can lift up. Probably not, but very cool. Let's close that back. And like I said, folks, this thing does have a lot of safety features. I want to have Juwan swing over to the other side so we get a look at the steering wheel real quick. All right, folks, so steering wheel, like I said, pretty much as I remember. You got your John Cooper Works badge right here. Nice little feel. This is an excellent feel. Paddle shifters. Got your little boost right here. All your controls are right here with your airbag, your volume control, your Bluetooth, music, put in different modes and whatnot. Got your cruise control. If you want to mute out a call, mute the radio so you can take a call or whatever. But pretty nipple. You know, of course you got your wipers and everything right here, your turn signals and headlights and everything right here. So pretty much nothing has really changed as far as the steering wheel, but it's just a whole new setup just looking on the inside of this. So leave a comment, let me know what y'all guys think about the new edition of the redesign. Not fully 100% redesign, but just a little bit different from Mini Cooper's past. But while we wait on you guys to do that, I'm ready to take this bad boy out for a ride. All right, here we go. 2025 Mini Cooper John Cooper Works from my friends at Global Imports Mini out here, their location off of Peachtree Boulevard now. And if you're in the Atlanta area, I always appreciate my guys Alex and Peter. It's been a while since we've been behind the wheel of a Mini Cooper, man. I always love these cars, how fun they are to drive, especially this version right here, because this right here is the cream of the crop, man. This is the top of the line Mini Cooper, the John Cooper Works. So you get all the bells and whistles, you get the horsepower, like I said earlier, 228 horsepower, 280 foot-pounds of torque, and it gets out now. It'll bite you. It'll bite you now. You know, as my sister would say, it's very zippy. Oh, little turbo boost action. But yeah, 280 foot-pounds of torque this bad boy has. Made it with a 7-speed dual clutch. A lot of these manufacturers are going to the dual clutch transmissions, which is a lot better because they instantly shift on a dime, man. There's no really kind of lag in some of these. You kind of had to do it that way anyway with the horsepower and the torque these cars come with now, and just the whole, you know, modern technology setup. So yeah, I mean, it'll take you a little bit. I mean, it's got a little get up, man. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. We're in unfamiliar territory, so we're kind of just cruising through the streets of Doraville out here. It's been a while since I've been out here. Been a while. I had to dial it back through here because this is a heavy populated area, so we have to obey the speed limit. We don't need no surprises from Johnny Law. But yeah, the interior of this bad boy is a little different than years past. I get used to the display that's on all the time, but years past you would have some type of gauge cluster or something, but you don't have anything in front of you, which is kind of strange, but you got to get used to that. And you got your all digital clock now, which has your digital tachometer. So just trying to adjust to the times. A little bit of different, you know, body component placements, you know, as far as the redesign in certain spots. The fully redesigned, people, it still resembles a Mini Cooper, but it's just a little bit more up to date, I guess, so to speak. It's a nice little cool little part of town through here. But she rides nicely, man. These seats definitely hold you pretty well in here. You got room for 4. Of course, it's a Mini Cooper. A lot of people, like I said, man, you look at me, you think, you know, I'm a 6'1" guy, about 260. And I fit in here very, very nice and comfortably. I mean, I got plenty of headroom. You know, it doesn't feel tight. Like I said, this one right here is the race car version of this car, so you kind of feel one with the car. But it definitely has a lot of pretty good get up. But man, this thing only has, I want to say it's only had like 12 miles on it, so it's brand spanking new. You can smell it too. Highway miles, you still get great gas mileage as you do in the Mini Cooper. Get 27 miles in the city, 37 on the freeway. So that's always good in case you don't want to go electric like some of these other people have been doing. But yeah, I always like these Mini Coopers, man. I mean, they always are fun little cars. It definitely attracts a different crowd, but they've always been pretty good cars, and you can dress them up in a million different combinations, man. I mean, it's not. I mean, I always say this, that no Mini is the same as another. I mean, you can have so many different type of combinations in here. It's unreal. It's unheard of. It's not like your certain other car manufacturers like your Fords or Chevys or Beamers or whatnot, where you get probably 3 to 4 different trim packages, where this, you could just kind of dress it up however you want to dress it up, order it how you want and just spec it out and go from there and have at it. But it's interesting how they did this whole gauge cluster in here. I'm kind of trying to get used to the key turn. I like the old way better, where you kind of flip the switch a little bit, kind of like your NASCAR style here. This is kind of resembling a key. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's different. But I probably would go back to the other style. But that's just my opinion. I mean, it's to each his own, but it's just a little different than years past. That's all. Little get up. You feel like you're in a little go-kart, man. It's just always cool running these bad boys. Really is fun to drive. The convertibles are a lot fun too. You get a convertible in this, man, drop that top. I mean, you can't beat it. I mean, this is perfect time. We're in the springtime. Hopefully we got another couple of weeks of this freaking pollen, and get rid of that, and we'll be free in the clear. Yeah, but like I said, it's still an absolutely cool car. It's very like I said, it's always simple and pretty practical. Can't never go wrong with the Mini Cooper. And like I said, it definitely attracts a different crowd. It's not for everybody. A good daily driver, this would be a cool car to have. It really would, especially if you had this particular model. I like the steering wheel. I mean, the extra padding grip right here that keeps you focused from 10 to 2. Kind of a somewhat square bottom, not fully square, but a little bit more flat than your standard wheel. All right, let's put this bad boy in different. Let's put it in manual mode. See what we have. There we go. Like I said, folks, we're in a heavy populated area, so we really can't punch on it like I would like, but yeah, I hear you. Okay, I hear you, little 10 turbo, I hear you. Yeah, when you want to have some fun, I always put this in the manual mode. that's it for this week, man. I want to thank my good friends over at Global Imports Mini over here out here on Peachtree Industrial Boulevard. Thanks to my good friend Peter, the general manager, who called us up and said, hey man, I got a new John Cooper Works out here you should take a look at. So really had a lot of fun, man. It's a really fun car, man. So big shout outs to them, man. If you're interested in this car, give those guys a call. Thank you to my newest subscribers. Appreciate my newest subscribers for subscribing. Thank you to my current subscribers for sharing and passing the word along, telling your friends. Really appreciate it. It really helps us out, man. We're trying to really grow this thing, man. So I appreciate you going on. Check my website at jwmotorsports.com. Order you some merch. We got t-shirts, tumblers. We're in the spring season. You can still get your hoodies. It's never not a bad season enough for a hoodie. So we appreciate it. I want to thank my help today. My son, Jawan, and his brother, Devin, helped us out today. Took some amazing photos, and they do a great job, man. So you can check those guys out on their Instagram page. Jawan is at Jeddoc. That's JEDDOC.LLC. You can check Devin on his page, and I forgot it at the top of my head, but I'll drop it right here so you can check out some of his photos or whatnot. But we're finna get on out here, man, head back to the dealership, but I'm finna open up this sunroof, man, and get some sun. So until then, we'll catch you next time. Later.